Guys, and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I am going to be going over all 20 players for the Queensland Maroons, and we'll dissect it, talk about it. I'll give my take on each selection. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer video. I'm going to try not to do a 20-25 minute video, but I do want to sort of take a little bit of a deep dive into each selection and my thoughts on it. So without further ado, let's get into it, guys. Guys, if you like rugby league content, hit that like button and subscribe. That'd mean the absolute world to me. We're getting pretty close to 6K now, so if you guys can help me out, that would be amazing. But let's get into it. So fullback Reece Walsh, obviously from the Brisbane Broncos. Look, this one will be short and sweet. Definitely deserves this spot. He's electric. Yeah, he's got an error or two in him, but I tell you what, those couple of errors, he makes up for with a couple of try assists. So I think there was no other option here at fullback. Reece Walsh is the right choice. Xavier Coates, obviously the right choice here. He is our aerial threat. I love this selection, obviously from the Melbourne Storm there. He's having, in my opinion, a career year over there for the Storm, killing it this season. He's a great finisher, just great in the air as well. I think, he's got to be in the side, 100%, so I like that pick. Val Holmes obviously isn't having the best season over there in North Queensland, but, selected, he's going to do a job for the Maroons. He always does, always steps up in the big moments there, so I do think that is the right choice. I know some people said that he didn't deserve to get picked and we should have played Cobbo in the centres. But I disagree. I think Holmes is one of two centres that we needed in this squad. The next centre we're going to talk about, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow. So obviously the Dolphins player here, the Hammer. We love him. He had to be in this side as well. He's having an amazing season with the Dolphins as well. Absolutely carving it up. They're a top 4 team. And they look electric when he plays. So, I think Hammer absolutely had to be in the team. Murray Taulagi, I think he deserves to be here. I was a little bit shocked when they did select him, though. I don't know. I didn't think he'd played enough footy to warrant his selection. However, what I will say is whenever he puts on this beautiful Maroons jersey, he turns into a 10 out of 10 player. He's great at club level, but he goes to the next level for the Maroons. So I don't disagree with this selection. Personally, I did have Cobbo there, but I absolutely defensively as well. He is one of the best defensive wingers in the NRL, in my opinion. So while I did have Cobbo named over him, I can't disagree with Slater picking him because, tell you what, man, defensively, as I said, incredible. Tommy Dearden, again, another good selection. He's been there before. He's done a job for the Maroons. Again, like Taulagi, defensively, he is incredible as well. And I do think that with a lot of these Cowboys players named like Dearden and Nanai, I think that is another, and Holmes as well, obviously. I think that is another big reason why they did go Taulagi over players like Cobbo. Really, that's the only one, I guess. But, Dearden, obviously, really good pick there. Daly Cherry Evans, the captain, always deserves this spot. I hate people coming out saying that he doesn't deserve it, man. He is incredible. He ages like fine wine. He deserves this spot. He is our captain. He mentors so many of the young kids coming through as well. There's nobody more deserving of that number 7 jersey, in my honest opinion. All right, next up, Ruben Cotter. These front row pairings are actually what I had. So I really do like that. Ruben Cotter in the number 8 jersey, Lindsay Collins in the number 10. Both these players deserve to be there. Cotter has had an amazing season. While the Cowboys haven't been great this year, Cotter has been incredible. So I think he definitely deserves that number 8 jersey. Lindsay Collins, again, like a lot of the other players we've spoken about, when he comes into the Origin arena, he lifts massively. He's good at Clubland, but in Origin, he just lifts to the next level. So love that selection. Benny Hunt gets the number 9 jersey. I had Harry Grant there, but when I did my selections, I actually said, like, it didn't really matter who you had there, whether you started Grant, brought Hunt off the bench. Doesn't really matter. Like, both these guys will do an amazing job wherever they come on to play. So if Grant came into dummy half, Hunt would probably go to sort of that roaming 13 role, which, yeah, I think it's the right call, man. Either or, I think you could say the right call regardless. Jaden Sewer got me a little bit off guard here. Now, I did have him in my team. He was not starting for me. He is in great form, and I do think he deserves a recall into the Origin arena. However, I would have gone with David Fifita. That is probably my only massive disagreement with this side is David Fifita should have had that number 11 jersey. However, I trust in Billy Slater. I know he will do a job. He knows the players will do a job, so he trusts them. He puts faith into them. So I know Suar will step up, and he's going to have to now that Fifita got quote-unquote snubbed. Next up, you've got Jeremiah Nanai for the North Queensland Cowboys. Again, another player having an outstanding season. Some people have said that he's not playing all that great. I disagree. I still think while the Cowboys are struggling, he's been pretty good this season. I think he definitely deserves that spot. He's another aerial threat as well. Like, contesting for those bombs, he's actually really, really underrated with that, in my opinion. So I think that is the right call there as well. You've then got Patrick Carrigan. This one was an obvious pick here. Patrick Carrigan is a lock, no pun intended, for the Queensland Maroons. And obviously coming from the Broncos, he is definitely a permanent fixture in this Maroons team. Number 14, we talked a bit about before, Harry Grant, deserving of this jersey, playing for the Melbourne Storm, obviously. He's been killing it for them in really good form, so definitely deserving of that number 14 spot. Mo Fotuaika for the Titans, a player that I probably wouldn't have named. The start of the season, his form wasn't fantastic. Over the last month or so, he has found that Origin form of the past. So I guess that's why Billy has named him there. But this is where I probably would have gone with, say, a Fifita, like Sewer to the bench, Fifita start, but then your bench does become very small, which I actually don't mind, though, to be fair. I think in Origin, a smaller bench isn't always the worst thing. All right, next up, we've got Jermaine Hopgood making his debut. Very exciting for Jermaine. Well-deserved. Cannot wait to see how he goes for the Maroons. I know he will rip and tear. He'll give it his all, and I've got a lot of faith in Jermaine Hopgood. Selwyn Cobbo for the Brisbane Broncos, named in number 17. This one was definitely not expected. Definitely not expected. But the more I think about it, the more I actually really like it. Now, you got to think, we got Harry Grant and Selwyn Cobbo coming off the bench there. When the New South Wales forwards get tired, these boys are going to wreak havoc. They're going to wreak havoc. Man, I'll tell you that right now. This is a very, very underrated pick, in my opinion, from Billy Slater. I think he's done an amazing job with this. And look, unless there's a change and Felice Kaufusi comes in, I don't think that'll happen, though, because I do think that they're going to utilise Selwyn Cobbo as that sort of player to come on and just add spark, a bit like Matty Bowen did in the past. So I really rate this selection. And then obviously you got your reserves, Felice Kaufusi, Finn Diesel. You love to see it. He deserves to be thereabouts. Brendan Piakura, definitely someone that was a little bit left field for me. Was not expecting that. And then Ezra Mam is named for a bit of, not relief, but a bit of a backup in case Tommy does go down with injury. And then I guess, if that was the case, you may play Selwyn Cobbo in there for Murray Taulagi as well. So, there's a lot of things that they can do with this team, but I like it. I think Queensland are primed for game one. I think we can get the job done. And I know people are going to disagree with this, especially Blues fans, but Queensland 13 plus, baby. Let's go.